Welcome back to my channel, everyone. This is Red Fox. I'm back with a new series today. It's Let's Play Crusader Kings 3, a Game of Thrones, where we are going to be playing the overhaul mod for a Game of Thrones, one of my favorite shows out there. And we're going to be playing as King Malus, the monstrous of the Blackfyre Host. This is right after he took control of the Golden Company, and now we already start off this in a really big decision where we are going to actually conquer first. So the main goal of the Blackfyre rebellions and all that kind of stuff is that they want to take back the Iron Throne, and King Malus is no different, where he is now taken over the Golden Company, and you are about to start the War of the Nine Penny Kings, I believe. So now you get to choose. Do you want to go for Tyrosh? Do you want to go for the Stepstones, or do you want to go for Lys? So now, to kind of zoom out, because the one thing about this is it's kind of like in the way. I'm hoping I can actually drag this out of the way so everyone can kind of see, just for a brief second, in case you have not actually seen this before. When you're playing this, there are three areas of the map that they are going to send you after first. You have the Skull Tides over here, you have Tyrosh, or you have Lys. Now, I've already kind of made my decision, but there are some like benefits to each one of them, in my opinion, just in terms of geography. Um, you have a bunch of islands that are right off the coast of Dorne, which is the little area down here, where I guess that could be like your first inkling into the Iron Throne area of the map, into Westeros, if you wanted to. You also have Tyros, which would just kind of secure your lands to the west, as you may also then go towards the Stepstones if you wanted to, and you also have Lys, which is down to the south, which, as far as expanding to the west, may not be the most advantageous thing, but it's also like securing to make sure you don't have to worry about anything to the south of you. Because if you're going to be pushing this way anyway, you don't want something to be popping up down here as well. I'm going to be honest with you, I have not played a lot of this mod. It is definitely like a first real good attempt into the mod. So there might be some mistakes made along the way, and if there are, I encourage people to like message down in the comment section below to like let me know if there's anything that I missed or anything to look forward to, because I don't plan on this being the only playthrough of a Game of Thrones that I do. Some of the other mods I've either played or I'm playing one series of it, and it might take me a little while before I come back to them if I do. But this one I plan on kind of coming back to fairly regularly, because they keep up with this mod really, really well. This overhaul is actually really good. I think it's, as of right now, on like current patch of the game, so they keep things, pretty up to date, which is really, really nice. So you might be able to tell kind of where I'm going with this. I kind of want to, my style of playing, I do want to go for Lys first. Now, this might be a big mistake on my part, but I want to go after Lys strictly because I don't want to have to deal with anything to the south. I'm going to be going west anyway. I'm going to be going after Tyrosh. I'm going to be going after the Skull Tides. I'm going to be going after that way, regardless of how it looks. But I don't want to have to deal with any kind of, uh, you know, wars of expansion from them down there to the south, if that's something that actually can happen. So now that we've chose that, we're going to take a time and we're going to look at all of our options. So first of all, we're going to choose patron of aspect. Um, let's go ahead, patron aspects. So we can choose a bunch of different things to give you a bunch of different benefits. We definitely don't want to do anything that's going to reduce our martial. If I do believe he does have an extremely high martial. The other thing we want to look for is upgrading stewardship. His diplomacy is through the dirt, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. That's something that we'll deal with as time goes on. It doesn't look like stat-wise he's suffering. Looks like cash, he's getting a good bit of it a month. Looks like prestige is also pretty good. So diplomacy, I guess it's not going to be something that's really going to hurt. Looks like piety is definitely on the lower end, but I don't necessarily see us having to need a whole lot of it, just because I think if we were to actually declare war against like this right here, let's just pick seize the high lordship or whatever, or whichever one we're doing. Looks like it's going to be prestige either way we look at it. This one's going to be a lot of prestige, but we'll come back to this in a bit. So I don't think that prestige is, I don't think piety is going to be something that matters a whole lot, but I feel like prestige might. So let's go back to choosing our patron aspect. Okay, so I don't necessarily want this one, this one, this one doesn't really intrigue me a whole lot. I mean, probably the Smith. If I had to guess, I'm thinking the Smith is probably just straight up the best one for me right here. We go ahead and we use 50 piety for that, which is fine. I don't really care a whole lot. Let's go ahead and Mr. Ares will be overseeing the realm. This board gives +2. Let's do this. I mean, it's not good regardless, but whatever. We'll make do with what we have. Domestic affairs we're going to be dealing with, and we're going to increase development on our capital for now. That'll probably be our best bet. Yeah, definitely going to disrupt schemes is probably the best. Admiral, we'll go ahead and we'll assign him. And we'll see. Supply duration, that's probably the best. Yeah, I'm thinking this is. Let's actually do this one. Let's actually protect trade. That's probably the best thing. And in these, I'm not too worried about. We'll just um, we'll make do. We'll probably just convert our realm into the faith of the seven, and that's fine. Alrighty, now choose lifestyle. We're probably just gonna go ahead and just just keep on picking our marshal and just trying to get as many troops as we can. Now we're going to hold court real fast. We're going to do that since we have the piety for it. We might as well. There's reason not to. We'll do that, I guess. I'm not too worried about that. A lot of people don't like this character to start off with anyway. We'll just do that one, and we'll go ahead and put all of our stuff in our throne room. Oh wow, there's a lot of okay, my goodness. Okay, so we have a lot of skulls. Skull of Bittersteel, Skull of Daemon Blackfyre, a Black Dragon Egg, and a Carmine Dragon Egg. Okay, interesting. That's actually pretty cool. Okay, and then the last thing is to search for a Maester, but I'm honestly not too worried about that because I think I already had one, right? Anyway, so now we're going to go ahead and look and see what we have as far as this war is going on. So I'm kind of starting a little bit slow, but I kind of want to take a look at everything. So 31. So here's another thing about this mod that I have noticed from the little bit of dealings I've had in the past with it. The troop numbers are insane. 31,665 to 7,840. I mean, I have a lot of land, but 31,000 is a lot. But and then if you go over here, I mean, you have what 27,284. I actually expected a little bit more. That's actually kind of interesting. I was kind of expecting a little bit more from that, but that's okay. And let's go ahead and let's go ahead and do what we can. Let's see. Do we have? Oh wait, hold on. We do have one over, so we do need to probably hand out something. This is the problem with having such a low stewardship. You don't have a whole lot to work with. Oh my gosh, it's like impossible to tell like what goes where. Like what in the world? Okay, that's rough to look at. As far as like everything just looks like the same color as each other as the this Blackfyre host. That's wild. We will go ahead and give this one off to let's give to our guest. There we go. Fine. Okay. One thing I did notice, no one likes you in this. Like none of your people actually like you at all. So something to be cautious of as we go forward with everything. So now that we are going after lease, let's go ahead and move our rallying point over this way, and we are going to start making our moves. And our royal court grantor has grown already, which is nice. Okay, hold on. We already have something. The pirate lord Smart has brought me a gift of an ancient Valyrian scrolls, which he claims to have taken on a raid on Valantis. The tongue of my ancient motherland is well known to me, and the secrets these vellum pages offer are intriguing. They tell me how to awaken the dragons and the cost of doing so. Should I retake Westeros, the last living dragon will no doubt forge my legitimacy. Yet the price to be paid is heavy. The sacrifice of king's blood. Okay. Hmm. So let's see. I'm assuming Maynard is my son, which is interesting. So if you sacrifice your son, you get the ancient Valyrian scrolls, which can potentially get us to dragons, or these scrolls may just be some cheap trinket. I'm gonna take the gamble. I'm gonna take the gamble, and I'm going to sacrifice the sun here. My men have built the fire, nestling among the dry kindling. the clutch of stone eggs that I've carried with me since my childhood. I give the word. My son is escorted from his pavilion. He panics as he sees what is before him, fear and realization flooding his face. Terribly sad seeing that they're painting for you here, but there is something to fear. He will be reborn amidst smoke and fire in the form of the mightiest predator. He shall trade flesh for scales, and the father of dragons will retake his throne. Let's see. Okay. The okay, a dragon has been born. Okay, the shrill screams of Maynard echo through the night. The sound of child's pain flames. Okay, for a moment I fear the worst, but the silence becomes unbearable, and a loud crack echoes through the night. And across the world before my very eyes, a single dragon egg cracks open, and a small, scaly head emerges. Oh my lord. Okay, so fire obsessed. Okay, that's bad for stewardship, but whatever. It's not. I mean, learning's not terrible. Possessed. Okay. And then what is this? Is that a lunatic? I'm gonna have to just look and see. I couldn't see through all that. Two-headed. Oh, but never mind. That's one we already had. I can't see it up there. Oh well. Whatever. We will. We'll take it. Okay. So now we do have the Ancient Valyrian Scrolls, which is pretty nice, and that means that we have a dragon now, but it's going to be a baby. So, if it's anything like the show, it's going to take a minute. So that's pretty cool start to it. Pretty interesting start to the game. So let's just see how it goes from here. Very interesting. I don't know if it's something that's been in it since they've come out with this mod or something they've added slowly over time. That's another thing you can tell me in the comment section below. But yeah, I did not expect that. I'm pretty sure the last time I played that they did not have dragons in the game, so that's really interesting. And I mean, I'm kind of about it. That's pretty wild. Let me go ahead and kill this guy, and I can get some of his gold. Okay, I'll take this guy as a knight as well, which is really, really nice. Let us go ahead and just take these last few places. Okay, they have a few troops over here that we're going to go after. Yeah, let's go ahead and take care of that. And yeah, let's go ahead and take Lise. Okay, so now they've given us a new directive to where we can actually take Myrrh, which I'm not taking right now. I'm going to go for Tyrosh next. So it seems like this is going to be a back to back to back to back. Like it looks like it's just going to be constant expansion, which is pretty fun because that's how I like to play the game. So this is actually seems like a very very fun first start. So let's just move on along here and let's just keep on going. So to start off, I kind of want to see this dragon real quick before I do anything else because, yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how all that works. We're going to ransom all those guys off. It should be here, right? Your courtiers. It said it joined the court, so there it is. Okay. So Altaraxis, which is 1 year old. It is destined, which is cool. It's tyrannic Leviathan, ugly, and owned dragon. Okay. So I guess probably I don't know what the actual like what you can actually do with it is. Tame dragon. Um, okay, let's see if I can't tame it. My nerves bristle as I tread closer to Altaraxis, each step requiring a bit more metal than the last. As I pull a nervous sheep by my side in the darkness, I hear Altaraxis before I see him, and he seems to smell me and his meal in turn. He approaches from the shadows until, staring each other down, sniffing me in the air before me, he turns his attention to the now panicked lamb. Quickly, I draw my knife across the animal's neck, backing away to offer the corpse to the dragon. Seeming to understand, Altaraxis lets loose a blazing flame that sets the sheep body alight. Then he snaps his jaw to feed on the charred remains. Between bites, Altaraxis sniffs at me, approaching calmly as if to allow me to pet him. I accept the offer of Altaraxis. Okay, I got the writer of Altaraxis, which is really cool. I'm assuming because of looking at the model that it means that it's not a young dragon, so it must just treat it like an adult, which is cool. Decision don't use though powerful, it is not always wise to use every asset at your disposal, whether to safely for safety, pride, or some other reason. I choose not to use my dragon. Let me see. No, I'm definitely gonna use him. I went through all that to get him for a reason. So let's go ahead and just take care of that then. All right. So we do not have a wife. So I'm wondering if we cannot get married. Is he just like unable to? Refusing marriage. Okay. So the question is, um, so I'm assuming that that means that this character, once that the son is dead, that means that you can no longer have any more kids with him. I mean, with like this character. So let me look at my court because I do kind of want like the bloodline of this character to keep on going, if at all possible. So, because this character's House Targaryen, so that's not necessarily what I want here. Let me see if I can't recruit this woman to my court. Um, Erase her to nobility. Alrighty. And let me see if I can't seduce her. This should be very easy. This might actually be like the way to actually get a child out of this. So I'm kind of hoping that this works to my advantage. Like this is I think that's just the way you get around this because if not you don't have children that could be a big problem. So let us just continue on doing what we're doing. All right, so we're gonna have to take a few of these little pieces of land right here. Um, okay, we're gonna just imprison that woman. That's fine. Not too worried about it. Okay, cool. Okay, and 100% already. That's pretty fortunate right there. Let's go ahead and disband everything and to war. Okay, you start a war against Aegon the Fifth. Okay, with the Blackfyre Rebellion casts Belli. Okay, so they do not even give you a moment to um breathe really. Like you're just at them. You're just and if you're looking at it, is the Reach even part of his realm? No. So this is actually pretty interesting to kind of like look at this from a totality standpoint. You so I'm assuming that these people are my allies. I'm assuming that's kind of the point. You don't necessarily take these places over. You take them as allies, and then you use them to go after the Iron Throne, which is already kind of broken up, which is really fortunate for us. The problem with this is that he's got 254,755 troops. So the chances of actually winning this are extremely slim. So time to kind of plan this out a little bit. Okay. Trying to see what can we do here because we do have a few pieces of land that we can in fact give out. So let's focus on that first. Um, let's hand this out to our knight, who we're going to give both of these three to. Let's just go ahead and be nice and give that out to him, and I think that should be fine. We do have a tame dragon, who I do plan on riding, because I'm assuming that I am the one leading these armies. See if there's anything else that we can do before we actually head over there. Let's ransom off all of these people just to get as much gold as we can. I don't think it's going to matter, but you know, better safe than sorry. Okay. Mercenaries, is there anything crazy that we can use? Special mercenaries? No, it does not look like it. Yeah, it doesn't look like mercenaries are super useful here. Okay, call to war. Okay, please pause. Okay. Okay, a mixture of fear and exhilaration spread like wildfire through your harbors and merchant halls. Aegon the Unlikely has managed to claim the deep green beast Rekiran. Let us hope he is not consumed by ambition. Okay, well, interesting. Let's go ahead and make sure I should be riding the dragon if at all possible. Let me make sure that like there's no decision I have to do to make sure that I can do that. I do not believe so. I think this is think we're good. Let's go ahead and let's make way for war, really. Let's clear this out real quick because we're going to need this guy as an ally for this war, so we're just going to clear him. Oh, the risk of bravery. A bold move for someone and it's hitting his tail. Okay. I soar high above the Battle of Tyrosh, atop Alteraxis, contemplating our next strike. Okay, so this is cool. So you actually get to plan out your dragon's attacks, which is a really cool thing. Right, drawn his forces, a bold move for someone, and tail hitting. Let's see. Let's do that. Okay, cool. We got a cool knight out of that, which is interesting. I want to see where this guy is. So it's like the entirety of Mur, which is interesting. Let's go conquer them real quick. I'm just doing this strictly because I kind of want this to be over with as fast as humanly possible because I need to be able to go to the Iron Throne pretty quickly. Okay, so that woman, the scheme to seduce her failed, which is a little disheartening. Um, let's recruit her to court. Let's raise her to nobility, and then let's see if we can't do the same to her. Let's sway her first, and then we'll do the seduction. Anyway, let's continue. Okay, and we did. Okay, that's nice. We actually did get ourselves a martial bonus here. Peace acceptance at +10 is actually really, really nice too for us. Is there anybody else that we're actually trying to go after right now? I don't believe so. I'm just trying to end this as quickly as possible, so hopefully it doesn't take too long. Okay, so we got that one. Now let's try the... Alright, we're just going to leave that be for now. Alright, so that's 100% on that for him. So let's go ahead and continue on. Okay, let's get ourselves a move on. I'm kind of curious about this because there's a lot of different options to go for here. I'm kind of thinking that we could, in fact, go. I mean, maybe Dragonstone? I mean, I'm thinking that's probably the best option, right? Oh man, my character's sick already. That's not good. Oh, I got the pox. Oh no. Let's go ahead and spend the 95. Do no more than what's necessary. Cool. Got a really good situation there. So let's get our guys onto land and let's go for it. Okay, hold on. Okay, so we now have the dragon battle here. Let's go Alteraxis. Awesome. Alrighty, there we go. I'm trying to pick like all the best case scenarios. Okay, victory. Okay, eschewing any sense of defense, Alteraxis drives straight into Rakirin, though Rakirin tries to evade and then raise her wings in defense. Each is torn through her teeth and claws. Rakirin roars in anguish uh, as a wing is ripped off, but Alteraxis doesn't let go. Continuing to rip and tear with a whip of the neck, he gets ferocious bite of Rakirin's neck, and after a final cry from the creature, he rips her head straight off. Rip, tear, and devour. Awesome. Rakirin breathes his last breath. Okay. Okay, succession of the throne. So that didn't mean that the king actually died there, which is wild. Okay, and death of the dragon rider. That's insane. So we lose the battle. Oh, and inherited debt. That's wild. Okay. Um. Okay, so this gets kind of wild here because we're probably just going to straight up lose, right? So hold on. Let's see. I'm going to try and see here. Like, if we surrender this, what do we lose here? You become independent. Okay, King Midas gets. You become independent. You become independent. The Blackfyre Host is destroyed. Okay, so I'm very, very curious. Like, I don't know what happens because we're probably just not going to win, right? That's kind of the my growing angst about this is that I don't know how we actually win. So let's just try and defend here with our allies. It doesn't look like that's going to happen real good. Oh, we did win. Oh, what the upset? Oh my goodness, the upset here. That's crazy. Oh, this is insane. Okay, hold up. Okay, hold on. Pause. We did lose, which is very disappointing. Um, oh man. Okay, so the question is we lost, which is extremely disappointing, which means that we only have one piece of land here, which kind of stinks. But I'm kind of excited for this because we can now break out of prisons. We'll rot here, Dargon. That stinks. Let me see. So ransom. Okay. I'm trying to see if I can't ransom myself out of here. Pay for 50. Let's see. Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's see what happens here. And because of that, I can actually marry now, which is also wild. Um, let's do this. Let's go for Ella Lannister. And let's just send for the proposal. I get the acceptance, which is kind of wild. Um, we're gonna go ahead and get all these people right here. We want our our marshal to probably be the best, right? No, probably the best for this. We're just gonna have to just try to collect taxes, I think. Let's assign this person here, and let's assign ourselves. That guy's our spy master, and convert the faith, and we'll just convert this one. Okay, and we'll do that for this guy right here. That's fine. I think every council position is filled, right? Okay. And now, I guess for the important thing, do we still have the dragon? And we still do have the dragon. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here because this is wild. Okay, so sadly, we did in fact lose the War of the Nine Penny Kings. We did not take back the Iron Throne, but I have ambition, and I have a hope and a dream that one day we will be able to somehow get back into the Iron Throne, and maybe someday we'll be able to take back Dragonstone. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope to see you all in the next one. If you have anything you want to say, please leave it in the comment section below. Please leave a like in the section below if you enjoyed this first episode. And again, guys, welcome to the series, welcome to my channel, and I will see you all next time.